So, as you can see, the tuner is broken on this guitar. And I actually opened up this tuner and took a peek inside because I thought, it'd be a cool video if I show you guys how to fix your tuners. But it's stripped out and broken and it's just, there's nothing in there. So, I'm gonna have to replace them. Now, I have these tuners right here. And we're gonna add them. These are vintage style locking tuners, which is something I've never used before. So I thought this was a perfect time to check that kind of tuner out and see what they're like. So that's what we're gonna do in this video. Now, I've already done a video 3 years ago, 4 years ago maybe even, I don't know, about filling holes and re-drilling them and making them ready for vintage styles tuners, but I've never actually done a video showing you guys how to make the holes bigger. So let's just do that as well. You know, it's a win-win all the way. So that's that. Let's start. Alright, so the first thing we do is we put a capo on the guitar. I'm gonna put it around 4/5 maybe, yeah, and make sure it actually goes on and stick there, something like that. And now we can detune the guitar and use one of these to make it go faster. Now we can just turn the guitar over and find a screwdriver and remove these screws. Alright, so now we have to take out these bushings. You can see them on the front. There they are. On more modern tuners, they fall out when you unscrew the tuner, but on older guitars or vintage style tuners, guitars with those kinds of tuners, I mean this is obviously a new guitar, they are press fitted in and they can be kind of fiddly to get out. Now there is a tool you can make, and at some point I want to make that tool, but I usually put these in and don't take them out. So it's a tool that I don't use that often, but it is a nifty little thing to make. And you can go around with a knife on the front and you can press it out that way, which we might have to. I'm using a very small hammer to hit these, so I hope I can get them to sort of move, but I don't feel it, and I don't want to hit too much or too hard. I'm hitting on the edge around because I can see the lip from the back side, so just going around and hitting the tuners or the bushings on the lip, which I don't know if you can see the lip, but it's in there. I go around and I sort of hit it a little bit on all sides. And then once you've lifted them enough so that you can get in under them from the top, you can sort of just push something in. I'm going to use this knife and just gently go around. Make sure I don't scratch it on any side. If you're worried you're gonna scratch it, just put down a little bit of masking tape and just go gently around and just press it like this from all sides. I hope you can see how that one is coming out. Let's take another one. Alright, so we need to enlarge these holes, and I'm going to use step bit like this. There are different kinds of step bits. Some of them are more cone shaped and some have steps like this. And I'm going to use this because then I know the hole is the same size everywhere. I just prefer that method. You don't have to do it like I do, but I've seen a lot of videos of people saying you should do it with the other one, and I think this is better. So I'm just going to go as deep as I need before I hit the next one. I'm going to 10 mil, which is the second to last, because that's the size I need. And I go slowly with my movement, but fast with the drill. Move it over to the other side, and we meet the hole on the other side here. And I use the round over of next size to just make the hole a little rounded. Now we can take our tuners, which are Geico tuners, or however you say it. And yeah, seems to fit rather nicely. And with every tuner, there is this modern, nice looking, I must say, bushing. I don't know why I did it like that. That was very stupid. So yeah, the tuners with the upper side. So, and we just hand tighten it in first. So, and you can see, there it is. And we'll align it and we'll align it and put it in place afterwards. So, this tuner doesn't go there, as you can see, because that would be strange. It goes there. So, there we have that. And here we have this. And this time we flip it over and hold it in place. And we screw it in. And we just tighten this down enough so that our fingers can just get it in place. And I'm switching to a smaller screwdriver and tightening these down. And now let's try to align the other screws. Right, so once the tuners are in place and you've screwed down the screws, you go back and you just feel these screws once more. So make sure you've tightened them, because you can feel, you know, the screws going into wood, and it can need a little tightening down. But don't over tighten them. So when you feel like they're either like you're feeling that they are securely in there and you need to put force into tightening them down, then you know to stop. Yeah, okay, let's see what happens if we put strings in these. And this one is apparently not very good because it didn't hold the strings much at all. So get a better capo than what I have. So yeah, just unscrew this and see if we can get this one in. I'm gonna cut it off a little bit because it's the end is frayed a little bit and it's a little bit hard to get it in. There we go. Now it's in. It's somewhat taut but not super. Now we can just clamp down on the string. Let's see what happens. I know you're not supposed to like put a bunch of winds on it because it defeats the purpose of it. Can you hear that? Yeah, works just the way I wanted it to. Just clamp down on the string. There you have it, basically. Well, there you have the guitar. I think these tuners look kind of cool on it. We'll have to wait and see if they hold up, but at least they're nicer and better than the cheap crap that this guitar came with before I remade it. As some of you might know, this is a guitar that I bought and that I didn't really like that much. And instead of sending it back like a normal person, I decided to cut off the neck and make a new body for it, because I decided that the body wood was what was wrong. And so I just rebuilt the guitar from the ground up and repainted it, and then later I also reliced it. And yeah, the tuners were from the original guitar and they were really, really poorly made. Bad quality tuners. It said Wilkinson on them, but I don't believe that, because I have guitars with Wilkinson tuners and I've built guitars for other people with Wilkinson parts, and they just didn't feel like they were actually real Wilkinson parts, so maybe they were something else. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, now the guitar is all good and hopefully these tuners will hold up at least a couple of years. I don't know. How long should tuners last? Let me know in the comments below what you think. I think 25 years. But the way things are made not to last nowadays, maybe that's just wishful thinking. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, that's enough of a rant for this video. It's now over. So, if you have a guitar that needs new tuners, I strongly suggest that you stay awesome and cool and go and switch them out for newer, better tuners. It doesn't have to be locking tuners. Again, I have no experience with vintage style locking tuners. I hope they will be nicer than the original ones, and I hope they will be nicer than standard locking tuners, because I'm not a super big fan of that. I actually like the old vintage style close-on tuners the best. So I hope this will be a nice, cool addition, and maybe something new that I want to put on all my guitars. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, I'm gonna go tune this guitar, and you are gonna go and fix your guitar so you can tune it. There's nothing worse than having a guitar that you love and it not being functioning and working the way it's supposed to. So, until next time.